Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the right side as the red Ottomans, we have Rezel. Spawn on the left side as the blue Swedish, we have LulianPasha. Let's see now, let's take a look and see what natives are on the map. Of course, we do have the Cheyennes, will give you access to the Cheyenne Rider, a horseman, good versus other cavalry. And of course we have, look, just Cheyenne, just on the Cheyenne. Let's take a close look at the upgrades. Cheyenne Fury gives Cheyenne Riders bonus damage against cavalry and shock infantry, so make it a bit more effective counter. Let's avoid the spam clicking there. Reduces train time on shock infantry and cavalry, and some bison. Nothing too significant, honestly, so I can see the native post not being claimed. Doesn't seem anything too spectacular. And let's see, we got Ahmed Mari. Oh, I butchered that, which is probably auto-generated name. And down here we do have Careless Rex. You know, that could be actually a custom-made name rather than a randomly generated name. I have no idea. First shipments available. We do have villagers, cool food, wood coin, Janissaries, Delis, Advanced Arsenal, Dreading School, wood coin, Janissaries, Enduring School, increased attack and hit points of Azaps, Janissaries, and Nazim Fusiliers, Sabahis, Cavalry Combat, Albus Guns, Falconets, Opaklier, increased attack and hit points of Ottoman Artillery, Albus Gunners, and their Grenadiers. Port. Akim Baseman Oglin School, Ottoman Infantry cost less resources. Coolier Schools, improve the hit points and attack of all Ottoman infantry, and 2 Great Bombards, Factory. Correspondent, we do got Blueberries, Villagers, Wood coin, Team House of Bernadette, all heavy infantry increased by 15% hit points, this team as well. Leather Cannons, Eisenberg Iron Works, which is more coin collection for torps. Dominion, 4 torps and more torp hit points. Wiskenbach allies, Bavarian skirmishers. They can spot enemies if recently damaged. Delivers 7 mountain troops. I'm not familiar with them. It is infinite, so that's infinite mercenary. And the Swedes tend to get a lot of coin from their torps, so that could be pretty useful. Wood coin, blackberries, acapeltes, platoon fire, Carolines, Falconets, Snaplock, contract Black Riders, contract Eschen Jaegers, pair of heavy cannons, factory delivers Osman process, delivers 4 prospect wagons, and open 4 copper mines for 2,000 coin each, and chips 2 after. So this is meant to make sure your torps can constantly provide coin, as well as just perhaps an alternative to estates. But of course, you do have to spend your shipments on that. And see if a lifeguard. Excuse me. So let's see now. The Swede is eyeing for the Philosopher Prince, the Philosopher Stone, and the Quartermaster. Local kitty cat does go down. We now got 13 villagers versus 15. Of course, Swedes do have access to torps as well. But now each torp provides a pretty good amount of income, equal to at least 1 villager, depending on which source. Wood is 0.5 per second. The villagers' collective food is at 8.4, so it provides less resources than a villager providing food. But of course, it's just generally free. After all, they do cost 140 wood. 100 of it is the cost of a house, so you pay 40 wood for basically a villager's worth of production. That's pretty good. You now have Dominions, so we'll give them 4 torp wagons, which could be useful to set up around a coin mine. Maybe a good idea to eye for this coin deposit sooner rather than later, because it's a little bit farther forward. These 2 are down here too far forward. This one's safe in the back, which is being built by a villager now. But I will probably eye for this coin boss 4 since it's a little bit more forward. We also got the shipment delis now put on the field, as well as a pair of... He actually got a couple tamables. He got a tameable kitty cat and tameable exotic doggo. You got Buck and Buttercup.
Evet.
So, I wonder if finding both of those tamables is a... That's probably pretty good, honestly. Their strength is not too great, but can go along with Explorer and start really eyeing the claimed treasures on the map, some tougher dealing ones. You can perhaps claim himself a clubman, a tameable clubman, or some food. Nothing really too significant. This one could be pretty good, 120 EXP. Another scout, that's not important. Clubman's better. Club is better than fists.
Engine.
Deli's now pushing forward, eyeing for a bit of raid. Getting some good damage on the villagers. They do have 150 health. These guys do have a high attack speed, and they do have 125 health, which also means these villagers... Oh no, they do have melee damage resist. I was going to say, it sounds like it's perfectly divisible, but villagers do resist being slapped in the face. Got a decent number of pikemen on the field to defend itself against the delis. Got a handful of Carolines as well, which their range attack does do bonus against heavy cav, unlike traditional musketeers who does melee attack bonus against all cavalry. Giant settlement, no claim, or could be built there. Red has gone for a trading post. We do not have Janissaries facing forward, 6 of them. Janissaries compared to Carolines, they do have 20 damage, 12 range, 125 health. I have 11 cannons as well in the field. Versus Carolines only have 150 health, 19 damage, and 12 range as well. Janissaries are better in 1v1. Carolines do cost 105. Janissaries do cost a much greater 115, which is 10 resources more. It feels like they are better than 10% better. He does get the clubman. Starting to advance forward, these leather cannons will do some good damage. They do times 3 damage versus infantry, so they do 120 damage versus the Janissaries. Janissaries, however, can withstand quite a bit of abuse. Does get some good damage there. Janissaries, of course, they're in a small number and don't have artillery support. Delis, however, moving around, does find some pikemen, does avoid the pikemen. If they can quickly pick off some of these leather cannons, that'd be good. He does have artillery found around the field. Delis trying to hit some of the Carolines. No, they're trying to get those leather cannons. Leather cannons gain some damage there onto the heavy cav, and none of the leather cannons do go down. They do half damage versus cavalry as well, so 20 damage versus cavalry. But does kill them off. He's now going for the Galata district and the millet system. He's almost a pop cap of villagers, and he just avoided the last moment, so very good. Autumn player now has enough resource to age up. He does not have a shipment available. Could get a shipment relatively soon, so he could perhaps eye for something in this line. Falconet seemed pretty good to me. Swede is very far from aging up, but he does have a sizable armor facing forward. More than a pair of leather cannons, 4 leather cannons on the field. They don't do bonus damage versus structures. The structures can take a beating from them. And I was going for some grenadiers. Interesting. I'm sort of surprised we're seeing grenadiers. That's an unusual item at this moment in time. You don't see that all too often. Those on advancing forward. These guys, I think, are not packed up. Janissaries here. More Janissaries from the corner field. Very good. He does have 1 shipment available. He's queued up a Janissary in this barracks up here, so let's take barracks for that. He's going to take a bit of a beating right now. Go for some obelisk gun and an anti-heavy unit, but they are classified as infantry, so the leather cannons could rip them apart. Obelisk guns are going to pull on the field, which will be useful, but it's simply probably not enough. Hopefully, the marksman. Let's see, that will give him some infantry units, right? I think that may give him some obelisk guns. Constantine some fire. That's going on his militia. There's the militia there. Janissary made support. Obelisk guns not pulling a few. Do have 130 health, so they can withstand one leather cannon shot there. Militia getting ripped apart by the leather cannons, of course. While they're not classified as heavy nor light infantry, they are still loose classified infantry, so they will take full damage from leather cannons. Full bonus damage, I should say. Obelisk guns see a bit of fire there. He does have, yeah, it did give him a good number of obelisk guns with that age up. Janissaries receive a bit of fire there, so the Carolines are trying to engage in melee. Janissaries do have less damage from melee than the Carolines, who have 20. But it's there. Grenadiers getting some great damage there on Janissaries. A couple Janissaries remain, and blue does take a bit of a beating. More reinforcements being put out by blue. Not sure why my camera jumped like that. Either way, blue's now falling back. Going for more grenadiers. Obelisk guns should be effective against them. Grenadiers are classified as heavy infantry.
Befehl?
More housing being pulled out. And also does get a shipment of Janissaries on in. Now going for a shipment of 6 obelisk guns. I think the falconets would probably be a bit better. Now, blueberry has not been researched, which may be researched before this blueberry runs out of food. Nope, looks like it will be consumed. Because I was very hungry, it had a bit of consumed. Got a good number of torps here. Red has not been able to raid the torps just yet.
Redo.
Blue's now advancing forward for army, this time mixed up with some hussars. More hussars being trained. Janissaries will be effective versus the hussars. It will keep the obelisk guns pretty safe. Couple shots there. Get some hits on the Carolines. One obelisk gun goes down. One Caroline does go down as well. Ottoman's eyeing for a handful of Janissaries, going for veteran obelisk guns as well. He does already have veteran Janissaries. As a shipment available, I still say falconets are the way to go. He is going for the falconets now. Both players have 31 villagers, which is very good. Janissaries get a bit of damage there onto the hussars and torch down the artillery foundry. Obelisk guns face forward. Janissaries in a good position there. Tied up in melee by the hussars, which is good. Falcon has spawned a few, but the one on the wrong side, he should have queued it up over here. Rallied over there. One falcon that does go down. One falcon that remains. Blue's army here is being hit. The other falcon that does go down, so those falconets went down quite quickly. Bad spawn point. But now the rest of this army will go down. Grenadiers are classified as heavy infantry. More Janissaries being pulled on the field. Obelisk guns should be able to do that for us. Janissaries could push forward and maybe try to find some torps. The Ottoman player did lose a handful of villagers there. And now he's going for some mill technology. Seed drill. And he is fucking up the mill quite a bit, so he's going to eye for stationary economy. That's a best way to put that?
Evet.
Not going to venture out the map for his economy. More Janissaries being queued on up. Endurance School now being deployed on out, increasing the health and hit points of his Janissaries.
Emrin.
Now they're up to 300 health, which is quite significant. Albuscon's stack is okay, but has extra range. Janissary's stack is good. 35 is good. And now he's eyeing for some research here. Artificial fertilizers. Now the Swedish player has aged up. He's going for Falcon Nut shipment, going for Falcon Nuts. He's a lot more coin. The torch will reduce his coin income. And he is taking time to mine up some of his coin deposits as well. He's heading up to this coin deposit here, trying to clear it out. He'll be very successful clearing that out, to say the least. Just a little bit curious something. These blueberry bushes tend to be owned. Okay, when they're not... Yeah, they are technically owned, but it looks like you can collect up owned resources. I was curious about that. Couple torps being pulled out over here. Red does have additional town center here next to this coin deposit built by the explorer.
Evet.
Which will also be useful to prevent any more torps being placed around it. Red's explorer will explore out this region and could start striking it relatively soon. Sweden right now only has one town center. The Ottoman player will start getting ahead on villager production, that's for sure. Explorers slowly hacking down these villagers who are trying to collect up the coin. Now I've got 3 falconets here. That is quite significant, and good amount of hussars here as well as the veteran Haka Pelties. Or else, however you pronounce that. Janissaries get some hits there on these villagers, very good, but Blue's about to push on forward. Janissaries will spot all of this. Maybe trying to hit that torp line again. And these Janissaries will go down. That is a notable force. He immediately pulls back his force there. He doesn't have time to torch down the torps. He realizes 4 falcon nets there. Oh, also a leather cannon as well. He could bring in some militia from this town center as well. He could probably use that to try to hit that expansion. So pushing forward, this barracks will see a bit of fire there. He will interrupt the Janissary deployment. He doesn't have any additional barracks in the field, so that is his last barracks. He's eyeing for some culverns, though his opponent may eye for the siege workshop. He's on advancing forward. And he's fighting against a lot of cavalry. Janissaries will be good versus the cavalry. As those falconets call them, pose a big problem. Obscon is trying to provide what fire they can, but of course they will be bad versus the artillery versus the cavalry, unless it's light cav. That's like the falconets there. And yep, and I think the Janissary player is going to be knocked out of the game. He had nothing to counter, or no proper counter both the falconets and for the cavalry, so he had, the Swedish player had a perfect counter army. Janissaries, of course, decent for cavalry, but they're not a, they can defend themselves as cavalry, really. There's nothing really to really super engage it. Some AZAPs would have been in order. And it looks like the Ottoman player does back the game now. It looked like the Ottoman player was doing quite well for most of the game, but he just, that last fight was all was needed. This and Great saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.